Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Just got in from taking some sun. I'm kind of back on my vitamin D wagon. I'm just trying to get in as much as possible in my little private spot before I move out of this house because as I've said before, I like to take my sun in the buff. I like to get my sun all over the body, so I've kind of gotten used to having my little private spot here. Who knows what I'll have in the next destination, but anyhow, just got my son and I'm about to take a shower and go down and talk to a friend of mine on some real estate things and see if he might have some recommendations for me. So thought I would do this video. I'm marinating some mushrooms today. Like there's never a clear, I can't tell you like, okay, the video started this way exactly. I was marinating some mushrooms this morning and then I went to take my son and I'm thinking like, why am I like I just started thinking about the mushrooms and thinking how the mushrooms are kind of like when I really in the mood for something hearty, or when I don't have any cravings for meat whatsoever, but I will say they're kind of my sort of meat-like substance that I eat. I don't know, there's just something about the mushrooms that are a little heartier for me, or that satisfy something in me. And I started getting in a train of thought thinking like that, and I started thinking towards another transition tip. Whether I was talking about transition again yesterday, about whether to do, whether basically going raw vegan overnight versus a slow transition. And when I said slow transition, I don't mean a ridiculously slow. I'm talking about a well thought out, not dragging it out forever. But I have done these before, so I was trying to think, okay, what's another like little really simple beginner's transition trick? Now I've done one before, so and I don't even need to link to this. Like my very first tip on this lifestyle, which is even a tip for people that don't do this lifestyle but that just are going to do a little bit of something to get themselves healthier, is fruit until noon. Fruit, smoothies, and juices until noon. You can probably, if you were to search my channel and say transition tips, I'm sure I did a video on that one, but that was just simple, so fruit till noon. But the next one I'm thinking about that I think is very important to people, especially in the early stages when you're a beginner, is that nighttime meal. It's kind of psychological and it's physical because in some ways, you're like, and listen, I'm not assuming here. We'll fill in the middle of the day. All I've talked about the first of the day, eating fruit all day, and now we're going to talk about dinner. We will talk about in between in future videos. But all I'm going to say is like that dinner time, especially in the beginning, keeping that cooked food in there, psychologically, that's getting you through the day. I think almost anybody could go raw till 4, or raw, I like to call it raw till dinner because I don't know why, it's just the raw till 4 is too early. But raw till dinner, I think almost anybody could go raw till dinner right off the bat, just if they knew what that, because you got something to look forward to in the beginning. You're not like just totally out at sea, floating around. It may be a little bit tough in the beginning doing the raw vegan thing during the day, but when you've got that meal in the evening, you can hold on. And I'm not going to get into the part like so that's kind of going to be for people to figure out on their own, like how and what stages you drop the animal products. But I still say it's all about being satisfied. It's not so much about the like a particular craving or addiction to a specific animal product. I think it's just more that in the beginning, when people don't know how to eat properly or do this lifestyle properly or get enough food in, I think they just think that that's what they need, or that they have to get off those rather slow. But I think if you make your meals in the evening interesting, and if you really make them good and hearty, that will keep you on your path. Now what I would do, and like I say, this is about transitioning. You can figure out all that stuff later, whether what you are going to eat, how raw you're going to be, what you think about starches, what you don't think about starches, grains the same, legumes the same. In the beginning, wouldn't worry about that stuff. I would like to see more people not worry so much about the raw and establish good habits, establish good patterns. So I'd like to see you eating a wide variety in the evening, but keeping it very clean. In other words, like a sample meal could be a couple of big sweet potatoes with some, say, another type of a couple of steamed vegetables in there, maybe some sweet potatoes with some steamed broccoli, some Brussels sprouts, carrots, what else? But go ahead and start getting used to having some raw in every meal. Even when you're eating these cooked meals at night, eat a big salad with it. Eat a big salad with the meal. As you get more comfortable with this, mix it in. You know, make a bigger salad, and to give yourself a little bit of that cooked flavor, you know, the cooked thing, something heartier in the evening. You can make a big salad and you can you can put your potatoes on there. Play with it. Make it your own. But in the evening, I think in the very beginning, it's very, very, very important for you to be satisfied and for you to have very hearty meals. Things like I say, you can figure out later. I don't, to be honest, even though I'm suggesting these for transition tips, I don't eat legumes. You know, I sprout them sometimes, and every once in a while when I'm in the States, I do. I'm not a fanatic. I'm not saying, I'm not one of those people that's like, I'll never touch this or that on most things, as long as they're vegan. So beans and rice, quinoa and rice, lentil soup, a big hearty bowl of lentil soup, some lentils with your, with your sweet potatoes. But have enough to really satisfy you in the evening. Have enough and make it tasty enough to where you're going to look forward to it. Because like I say, in the beginning, even though you're going to enjoy the fruit, it's new to you. And during the day, you're going to hang on to that dinner. That's what's going to get you through the day. You're going to no matter what happens, you're going to make it to that dinner. So make that dinner almost a celebration in the beginning, something you're really going to enjoy. Don't worry. Eat, you will figure out other things later on, but eat enough, eat plenty, eat, you don't stuff yourself to the point where you don't feel good, but you got to eat plenty in the evening, and you got to be satisfied. But yeah, that would be a big tip. I would say right there is your evening meals in the beginning on this lifestyle. And then just a little bit more of an advanced tip, or not to throw too much into one video, but then you could start playing with, as you become more comfortable and you don't have that psychology of, oh my God, I'm never gonna, I need some cooked food, I'm never gonna eat cooked food again. As you get used to it, maybe the first few weeks or however long, you're gonna have that cooked meal 7 nights a week. Slowly start playing with that. See if you can, even if it's one night, try to do one fully raw day a week, and take ideas from the cooked meals you're doing in the evenings, and try to just translate that over. Like, if this is working to satisfy you on the cooked, what can you kind of replace that with? It's a little bit more dense, a little bit heavier. Maybe you need something more salty tasting. Get to the celery, but and then as you go down the line, maybe you're doing 6 nights a week, or 6 days a week of cooked food, and then 5, and then 3. But good dinner. You've got to have a good dinner, and worry more about it being a clean, high-carb dinner than being fanatically all raw sooner than you're ready for. Keeping that cooked food in as long as you need it is going to give you a better chance of succeeding on the raw part of it when you get to it. Because your body's a remarkable thing. It will let you, when you're ready to let go of the cooked, if you ever are going to let go of the cooked. I know a lot of very healthy people out there that don't have any, they don't care to be 100% or fully raw vegan. They eat a lot of fruit, but they are high carb vegan. So like I say, just these are tips to get you there if you want to be raw vegan. But anyhow, starting to ramble a bit like I do on the weekends. Hope you guys like this one. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe, and hope you're having a beautiful weekend. Peace.